Hello one and all, welcome back to Classics on a Shoestring. Been a while since I've done a video, but then that's down to bad weather and waiting for some parts. We're back down the garage today to do my mate's Yamaha YZF-125. If you remember from my last video, we changed the front wheel, front disc, put new pads in the caliper, and we tried to change the front brake master cylinder, which is this thing, but it was off of a supposedly 2014 and this is a 2010 bike, so nothing matched. He did buy some new levers to supposedly fit this, but when we bought them and tried to fit them, they just didn't go anywhere near anything. The brake light wouldn't have worked. They just really didn't fit. They were cheap ones off of a well-known auction website. So today we're gonna try changing that out for this one, and this is a complete unit. Again, it is slightly different, and he's also bought a pair, so we're going to swap the other side out as well. But these are meant to be for his bike. They are slightly different, as in the brake switch is slightly different. The hose line mounts on the front rather than the side. It says it's a Yamaha, I don't know if you can pick that up. It says it's a Yamaha part, but I think they're not genuine. I think they're aftermarket jobs, especially with them levers on there. So I'm going to do, hopefully, swap this out, bleed the brakes, and if that works, we will then pull the other side off and put this lever on. I'm going to put the complete unit on because it's nice and clean, where the other side's a bit dirty, bit worn. So not going to do everything on camera, you know, just do the basics and see how we go. Right, this is loose because we never done it up tight from last time. Take them out of the way for a minute. Right. Oh, there you go, cracked. Right, that's loose. So we're going to take this off, remove this, mount up the new one, and couple it all up, and then hopefully should just need to bleed it. Can't put this on to the new one because the bolt pattern's different, so he's gonna have to try and buy a new one of these. Anyway, let me get this off. It's only undoing these two bolts. Finish undoing that, drop it away, bolt a new one on. I'll do that off camera because the bike's moving. I'm gonna knock everything off. Okay, we've got this off of here. The thing I've noticed is these are the original wiring from the bike, and they're tiny. These are what come with the new unit, and I'm not going to disconnect any of this, even though that don't seem to fit great. It's a bit wobbly. I'm just going to chop them wires off and put two spade connectors onto here that match that, so it's still got the original wiring on the bike rather than chop it about. So literally undo the back of this, mount it on there, and I'll be back. Okay, this is now all bolted on. This one's 8mm bolts rather than Allen keys. It's all positioned up. What I'm hoping is I can get enough twist in this pipe to twist it round to bolt on to here, because the brake pipe would normally sit there. It's now got to sit there. I'm hoping it will twist slightly enough to get it on there. If not, he's going to have to go and get a complete new brake pipe made up, and we'll be back at it again. Anyway, let me do this and I'll be back. We've managed to twist this slightly. I don't like it because it is a little bit twisted more than I'd like it to be, but it's on, it fits. Like I say, I'll sort these wires out after we've bled all the brakes. So we now get this off, and attempt to bleed the brakes. But new banjo washers, like little copper washers, two new ones of them. Like I say, get this off now, bleed the brakes. There's loads of videos on how to bleed brakes on YouTube. Everyone to me does it different, so I'm not going to show me bleeding the brakes. Lucky enough these are loose, so because it's new, but the amount of people that over tighten these, you've only got to tighten them so they stop and it makes a seal and it don't knacker the heads of the screws. It's really weird because you can actually buy a set of screwdrivers that are for Japanese motorcycles and they fit the heads perfectly. They're there. I've not even had to put a lot of pressure on that, and because it's not quite 100% the right screwdriver, you started to twist the screws in that. Super, nice and clean. Alright, let's fill this up with brake fluid and start bleeding. Got it. Hate doing these ones because with the thing on such an angle you don't really get any, can't get a great deal of fluid in there. Doomed, absolutely doomed. I give up with it. No matter what I try, I cannot get brake fluid to come through here. It is just not coming through. I've even tried to blow it through with a compressor and the minimal amount of air coming through it is absolutely stupid. There's obviously an internal problem with this, but I've tried everything to bleed it through and it won't come through. So that's going to have to be packaged back up, sent back to the seller, and we'll wait again for another part. Right, that is it. Can't do no more apart from strip it off, clean it, package it back up, and then you have to send it back to the seller. I have tried everything apart from taking it apart, which as soon as I do that he can't return it, so it's going to come off, go back to the seller, and he's going to have to try and figure out something else. Had enough of this bloody bike and its brakes. Anyway, thank you for watching Classics on a Shoestring. Hopefully next time we'll get it working. Stay safe everybody.